Some people never say no to the boss. They take what they get for their labor. Others will stand up whatever the cost and fight for the rights of their neighbor. Every day, every night, will you fight for the things that you believe in? Will you stand hand in hand with the power of the union? Some people never say what's on their minds. In hard times you hardly can find them. Others will stand up the first in the line and hold on till there's hundreds behind them. Every day, every night, will you fight for the things that you believe in? Will you stand hand in hand with the power of the union? Let's sing that together. Hand in hand with the power of the union. Hand in hand with the power of the union. Some people never say yes to a dream. Justice for them can wait for later. Others win victories where hope shines its gleam, and then they fight for changes even greater. Every day, every night, will you fight for the things that you believe in? Will you stand hand in hand with the power of the union? Look at this crowd, so proudly we stand together, our hearts loudly beating. The strength and the spirit we feel here today is proof of the power of the union. Every day, every night, will you fight for the things that you believe in? Will you fight for the things that you believe in? Will you stand? Will you stand? Hand in hand with the power of the union. Every day, every night, will you fight? Will you fight for the things that you believe in? Will you stand? Hand in hand with the power of the union. Hand in hand with the power of the union. So my name is Ben Grosscup. I'm from Deerfield, Massachusetts. But I grew up in South Minneapolis, thanks to the poet who spoke about South Minneapolis. You know, I never imagined growing up as a kid that my hometown would be subjected to a paramilitary occupation by ICE. My friend Carsey Blanton had the great idea to go looking for an old protest song in order to talk about this horrible brutality we witnessed. So she found Come Out Your Black and Tans by Dominic Behan. The Black and Tans were another paramilitary force from 100 years ago. The British Empire recruited them from the veterans of World War I. These men were deeply traumatized by war. And the British Empire, they used these men to mete out all manner of indignity and violence against the people of Ireland. Behan's song reflects the understanding that British imperial violence was not limited to the Irish. There's a verse in there about the suffering of Arabs and Zulus. And my adaptation reflects a similar understanding about how violence works within the belly of the beast and without. It's called Come Out You Coward's Ice. I live here on a Powderhorn Street, where ice agents walk the beat. with a signing bonus $50,000. When we saw those vicious goons steal our neighbors from their rooms, we went out into the streets and yelled and hollered, "Come out, you cowards, ice! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists. How the city you betrayed made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. Won't you tell her how you stood in the way of Renee Good? How she tried to leave, but you were too afraid of her. How she did just what you said, so you shot her in the head for the crime of standing up for her own neighbors. Come out, you cowards, ice! Come out, you cowards, ice! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists. How the city you betrayed made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. I bet you felt so big and strong when Nurse Freddie came along and he tried to shield a woman you were beating. 6 agents held him down and you shot him on the ground and stood around to watch him as he lay there bleeding. Come out, you cowards, ice! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists. How the city you betrayed made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. Your brutal iron hand serves the very same command that rained its bombs upon Iran in brute aggression, lit the Middle East aflame, fed the fire till it became so unrestrained it's sparking worldwide depression. Come, let us hear you tell how you serve our country well, starting wars and locking families in cages. Do you think your every mess can be turned into success once you repress the ones your cruelty enrages? Come out, you cowards, ice! Come out, you cowards, ice! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists. How the city you betrayed made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. Last time, come out, you cowards, ice! Peel away your grim disguise. Tell your wife how you take orders from the fascists. How the city you betrayed made you run like hell away from the white and snowy streets of Minneapolis. Thank you. This song is called No More Sacrifice Zones. It was inspired by a book by the journalist Chris Hedges called Days of Destruction, Days of Revolt. He wrote the book in 2012, and in the book, Hedges and his co-author Joe Sacco, they travel around the United States. They travel around to the sacrifice zones of the United States. These are places where the land and the lives of the people have been made expendable to serve the agenda of big corporations accumulating profit. And these are places where the so-called, the amenities of so-called modern life are simply unavailable. Places where the poor have been put to be warehoused forgotten about and where they suffer. And I think that I'll also cue you in a little bit on the sing-along part of this. If there's a way we can somehow be in solidarity with people in sacrifice zones, it changes our sense of what it might be like to live in a more privileged place. Maybe some of the places you teach in are sacrifice zones, or that logic plays out in some of the schools where you teach. So this is no more sacrifice zones. The army closed you in as they drove you from the plains. They're turning your homeland to a sacrifice zone. The company took the uranium, just the fallout remains. They're turning your homeland to a sacrifice zone, where your story's been forgotten. We will make it known. Pine Ridge, you are not alone. Pine Ridge, you are not alone. Pine Ridge, you are not alone. Your homeland has been desecrated. The next could be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. The state makes voting obsolete through emergency decrees. They're turning your city to a sacrifice zone. The cops occupy your street to bring you to your knees. They're turning your city to a sacrifice zone, where your story's been forgotten. We will make it known. Ferguson, you are not alone. Ferguson, you are not alone. Your city has been subjugated. The next could be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. The coalmen blew the mountain, killing everything nearby. They're turning your region to a sacrifice zone. As their profits grew, the governor just let your people die. They're turning your region to a sacrifice zone, where your story's been forgotten. Where your story's been forgotten. We will make it known. We will make it known. Appalachia, Appalachia, you are not alone. Your region has been desolated. The next could be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. The rubble made your children drown right where they used to play. They're turning your nation to a sacrifice zone. The bomb that brought the building down came from the USA. They're turning your nation to a sacrifice zone, where your story's been forgotten. We will make it known. Palestine, Palestine, you are not alone. Your nation has been decimated. The next could be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. Where your story's been forgotten, we will make it known. Pine Ridge, Ferguson, Appalachia, Yemen, Immokalee, Flint, Michigan, Northern Alberta, Camden, Standing Rock, Navajo, Palestine, and Puerto Rico. We stand with you, you are not alone. Your lands and lives were sacrificed, the next will be our own. No more sacrifice zones, no more sacrifice zones, no more sacrifice zones, no more sacrifice zones. Thank you so much. And that song is going to be on my forthcoming album. There's a little information about how to connect with me on that lyric sheet that's going around. But I'm going to do a song called, well, you'll find out what it's called, but the song was first written by Merle Travis in 1946. It sounded like this back then. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Well, for generations, coal miners were paid not in cash, but in scrip. And this scrip was redeemable only at the company store. You had corporations back then like the Pittsburgh Coal Company that totally controlled the lives of their workers. It was about what you ate. It was about where you lived, who you associated with. You were in the company's domain. You know, some things change and others stay the same. My gosh, we're right here at UMass. A big place where there's a lot of debt accruing among the student population. But we have new names for the corporations here. We got Raytheon that makes weapons. We got Sally Mae, which makes loans. So here's to today's generation of debtors. Some people say you gotta get a degree, then comes the time you pay the fee. Well, I couldn't believe how my balance had grown since the day I signed my student loan. You go to 4 years of college, and what do you get? Another diploma and a mountain of debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I must say I owe my soul to Sally Mae. Borrowed for school so I could get smart. I studied my books and did my part. I took advanced engineering and history. But then I got a job serving coffee and tea. I go to 4 years of college, and what do you get? Another diploma and a mountain of debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I must stay. I owe my soul to Sally Mae. The deal that Raytheon offered me was a work for them, and they lower my fee. Can't sell my soul making weapons to kill if it's the only way to pay my college bill. You go to 4 years of college, what do you get? Another diploma and a mountain of debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I must stay. I owe my soul to Sally Mae. The collector keeps calling, saying I better pay. However I try, there ain't no way. The bills, they face and must be a joke. If they paid each one, I'd be dead broke. You go to 4 years of college, and what do you get? Another diploma and a mountain of debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I must stay oh my soul to Sally Mae. 45 million people today owe trillions in debt. The creditors say that growing tab can never be paid. So don't give in and don't be afraid. Stand up for your rights. What can you get? Free education means cancel the debt. The rich don't want it, but the people agree to make higher education universal and free. Make higher education universal and free. All right, thank you. So I'll do a response song. About 3 years ago, this guy, Oliver Anthony, I wonder if any of you heard of this guy. He came up with this song called Rich Men North of Richmond. I think he was talking about, well, there's some ambiguity. People in Washington, D.C., it's been endlessly debated who he was talking about, but basically it channeled a lot of working class anger. It was kind of a moment about 3 years ago when this song came out. Well, Billy Bragg, very interesting labor singer, he wrote a response song to Oliver Anthony's song, and so did I. So here's the result, with big thanks to Billy Bragg. If you're selling your soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, nothing's gonna change if all you do is wish you could wake up and it not be true. Join a union, fight for better pay. Join a union, organize today. If you want your freedom, it's time we stand our ground. Rich men owning north of $1 billion wanna keep us working folks down. Wanna keep us working folks down. If you form a union, you'll soon find common troubles on working folks' minds. The dollar won't stretch, there's a family to feed. The health insurance doesn't cover what you need. If you even have it. My neighbor's in pain, he's putting on pounds. He takes a pill just so he can move around. Something's wrong when we let him drown in the shame of being kicked so damn far down. Join a union, fight for free health care. Join a union, tell the rich to pay their share. We face a common enemy, black or white or brown. Rich men owning north of $1 billion wanna keep us working folks down. Wanna keep us working folks down. The culture war stirs righteous hearts. While our future falls apart, they're building nuclear bombs as the oceans rise and the wildfire smoke burns our eyes. Well, the class war's here, it's nothing new. It's the rich against poor, not the red against blue. If you don't want the rich having total control, we gotta make the union roll. Join a union for peace and dignity. Join a union for all humanity. Whether you live in a city or a little country town. Rich men owning north of $1 billion. Rich men owning north of $1 billion. Rich men owning north of $1 billion. Wanna keep us working folks down. Wanna keep us working folks down. If you're selling your soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, join a union. Last December, the U.S. military assembled a vast armada of warships along the Venezuelan coastline. And then on January 3rd of this year, special forces went in, kidnapped the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores, and killed many dozens of security officers. It's one blip in a long history. Eduardo Galeano calls it the open veins of Latin America. The image being that if you were a body, if the continent, the whole region were a body, and blood were just being extracted from its veins, but not returned to the body would become sick. The body would become ill. And this is how the global economy is structured. It extracts rubber, it extracts oil, it extracts labor from these lands, brings them to the imperial core, and generates vast wealth, but does not return in kind to the people of Latin America. So this song is called The Money They Stole. It's about very specific recent events, stealing Venezuelan oil tankers, for instance, but it's also about much, much more. Troops are banging at the door. Will they dare to start a war? Venezuela faces its gravest hour since Bolivar fought the Spanish power. Fishermen have been burned and drowned by orders of a man donning a crown, peddling sinister fentanyl lies, posting snuff films of the people who die. And if you wonder what's the empire's goal, just follow the money they stole. Whoa. The assets have been seized by banks that act like thieves. Western leaders say they should decide how a sovereign country runs inside the people. Sovereign country runs inside. Oh God. The people there are standing guard, 'cause the Yankees act like it's their backyard. The U.S. fleet surrounds the shore where an empire met defeat before. And if you wonder what's the empire's goal, just follow the money they stole. The money they stole. They stole, the money they stole, the money they stole, the money they stole, the money they stole from children and their families. The money they stole, the money they stole, and put it in their banks. The money they stole, the money they stole, they took the Citgo stations. The money they stole, the money they stole, that once sustained the nation. The money they stole, the money they stole, the people will reclaim it. The money they stole, the money they stole, but first we have to name it. Just follow the you so much. So friends, this will be my last song. Thanks so much for having me here tonight at the Resistance Cafe. Very much looking forward to the rest of the open mic and more of Blessed Energy Band. This song is called Shutdown the System Now. Let me hear that back from you. Shut down the system now.
Shut down the system now.
Yes. So friends, if we were here in this very room 2 years ago on May 7th during the day, you would have looked out here to the left of me, and what you would have seen would be hundreds of students at a big encampment. And on the other side, you would see hundreds of armed police officers, a phalanx of riot cops that was called in May 7th, 2024 by the Chancellor. And you would have also seen among those students, you would have seen their faculty, you would have seen community members. Many of us were out there, myself included, for the afternoon. And if you were one of those people who stayed into the evening, you would have actually seen a pretty violent scene just out on this lawn where the riot cops came in with brute force and flashbang grenades and broke up the encampment and made 130 arrests. So what were the students there for? What was the encampment about? Well, they wanted to kick Raytheon off of this campus because of the human rights violations that are inherent in using weapons in a civilian place like Gaza. So I wrote this song for all the students who are out there, all the students who are in your classrooms, who have so much potential, who want to use their brains, who want to use their souls for the betterment of humanity, who are looking for a way to do that, who are seeking your support as their teachers, and who just are struggling in this world that's dominated so much by a military-industrial complex that has so much power in our society and causes so much destruction. So, friends, this song is called Shut Down the System Now. Here it goes. I came here for school so I could be an engineer. Shut down the system now. That's your part. They use me as a tool, designing high-tech weapons gear. Shut down the system now. I want to use my brains for pursuits that bring me pride. Shut down the system now. Not making fighter planes for the Gaza genocide. Shut down the system now. Shut down the system now. Shut down the system now. Raise up your fist and show you can resist them. Shut down the system now. So I launched a new career and claimed a politics degree. Shut down the system now. My professors tried to steer me to the U.S. Embassy. Shut down the system now. Where the policy is made so Uncle Sam can be on top. Shut down the system now. Even if when we invade over 1 million bodies drop. Shut down the system now. We're gonna shut down the system now. Shut down the system now. Raise up your fist and show you can resist them. Shut down the system now. So I gave it one more try and earned a master's in PR. Shut down the system now. And I learned a reason why campus debates are so bizarre. Shut down the system now. When students won't be swayed by Zionist cliches. Shut down the system now. There comes a Hasbara brigade to set their young careers ablaze. Shut down the system now. I poured myself into courses my professor set for me, which left my deeper purpose starved of wisdom. The Board of Trustees enforces the ideology of the American imperialist system. As my My disenchantment grew with my university. Shut down the system now. I realized it was true, I am much more than my degree. Shut down the system now. I've learned to stand up for the oppressed in my own rights. Shut down the system now. Standing in the way of war in the campus square each night. Shut down the system now. We're gonna shut down the system. Come out and shut it down. Shut down the system. Shut it down for Palestine. Raise up your fist and show you can resist them. Shut down the system. Shut down the system. Shut down the system now. Thank you all so much. I'm Ben